Have you ever had one of those days where you're pretty sure your work computer is actively trying to ruin your life? Yeah, you're not alone. We're going to dive into a massive shift that's happening in the world of IT. It's all about moving away from constantly fixing broken tech to building a digital workspace that, get this, basically runs itself. Let's kick things off with a scenario that I think is going to feel very familiar.
Okay, let's just paint a picture here. A picture of that moment when the technology that's supposed to make our lives easier becomes the single biggest roadblock of the day. Ah, yes, the classic Monday morning fire drill. Right out of the gate, it's a reactive scramble that starts the week with a whole lot of frustration. The employee is stuck, they can't do their job, and the IT team is already playing catch-up, just trying to figure out what went wrong this time.
And it's never just one thing, is it? Nope. It's this whole collection of potential problems. You've got that one critical app running at a snail's pace, or the login screen that just says no. Each one of these is like a little paper cut to your productivity that, when you add them all up, causes some major headaches and, of course, a huge flood of IT support tickets.
But what if we could just change the game completely? What if, instead of just sitting around waiting for things to break, we could actually get out ahead of the issues? Well, this is the heart of a huge philosophical shift in IT, moving from being reactive firefighters to becoming proactive problem preventers.
And honestly, the difference between these two ways of thinking is like night and day. The old way is all about waiting for that help ticket to come in. Then some poor soul has to manually dig around to find the cause. The new way? It's autonomous. It's about stopping problems from ever happening to begin with, using data to take smart, informed action before an employee even knows something is wrong.
This whole new philosophy has a name, DEX, which stands for Digital Employee Experience. And it's a really simple but incredibly powerful idea. The quality of the technology you use directly impacts how productive and, frankly, how happy you are at work. So the goal of DEX is to make every interaction you have with your tech as seamless and stable as humanly possible. Okay, so all of this sounds amazing in theory, right? But what does it actually look like in practice? Let's take a look at a real-world example, a platform called ControlUp, to see how this new proactive thinking is actually put into action.
So platforms like this are all about something called Autonomous Endpoint Management, or AEM. You can just think of this as the engine that makes a great digital employee experience possible. It basically uses AI to keep an eye on all the devices, the endpoints, in a company. And, this is the magic part, it automatically fixes issues, a lot of the time without a person ever having to lift a finger.
Now, the ultimate goal here, it's nothing short of revolutionary. We're talking about creating a self-healing digital environment. A workplace where you're not constantly filing IT tickets and you are never, ever slowed down by the very tools that are supposed to be helping you. So how on earth is this even possible? I mean, it sounds a little like science fiction, right? Well, the secret sauce is a really powerful AI engine that's just working silently in the background, 24/7, constantly watching and analyzing everything that's happening. The whole process for getting to a self-healing system really breaks down into 4 key steps. First, the AI is constantly gathering this stream of data from every single device and app. Then, it starts to learn what normal looks like for your company. It creates a performance baseline. Once it knows what's normal, it can intelligently spot a real problem and tell it apart from all the insignificant digital noise. And finally, and this is the best part, it doesn't just send up a flare. It either suggests a fix, or even better, it just triggers an automated workflow to solve the problem all by itself. And look, this isn't just some cool niche idea for the future. This autonomous approach is already happening out in the wild, at a massive scale. Let's actually look at the real-world impact. This kind of approach is already managing over 5 million individual employee devices or seats. Just to put that into perspective, that's 5 million different chances for an IT headache to pop up, all being watched and potentially prevented every single day. And we're not just talking about a couple of tech startups in Silicon Valley. Over 1,800 companies all across the globe have adopted this model. That kind of widespread use just goes to show you how universal this problem of IT friction really is, and how badly organizations want a better way. And this is about more than just software. It's a whole community. There are over 4,700 certified experts in this specific technology. That means there's a massive base of knowledge out there, all dedicated to building and maintaining these self-healing digital workspaces. So as we start to wrap this up, it's pretty clear that we're watching a fundamental change in how we manage technology at work. It all really builds to one key idea. So here's the bottom line. That old reactive model of IT support, it's just becoming obsolete. The future is proactive, it's preventative, and it's powered by AI that can create one of these self-healing environments. And the end result is a total win-win. IT teams are freed from constantly putting out fires, and employees, well, they just get to do their jobs without technology ever getting in the way.
And that really leaves us with one final thought, something to consider about our own workplaces. Is the technology around you being managed reactively, just waiting for the next fire to break out, or is it being managed proactively to make sure that fire never even has a chance to start? The answer to that question could really define the future of your team's productivity.